as we've seen, he punches above his weight. I think there's a gap. I think there's a significant gap between sixth Everton and Tottenham Hotspur fifth, who should have got Champions League football this season, but fluffed it.
What about Liverpool though? Because I mean, traditionally they're a top five club.
True, but they're well top five, maybe top six themselves, but
I mean, traditionally they're a top four club, but I'm talking, top five because
they're not
for
what they
something.
used to be. But
So, I mean, do you think this? I mean, this is like getting off the topic of Everton, and I'm sure Everton fans will love that. The fact that it's this thing on Everton, and now we're talking about their nearest rivals. I'm sure that will go down great. But do you think, do you think they can establish a top six position, or even replace Everton in sixth?
well, this season
Yeah, this coming season, next season.
potentially. But what are they going to do when they lose their key players? What are you going to do when you lose Gerrard? What are you going to do when you lose Suarez?
That is a good point. It depends. I mean, I heard the worst deal in the newspaper the other day that there was going to be a deal involving Suarez going to Bayern Munich and Robben going to Liverpool. And I was just thinking, oh my god, you're replacing one arrogant, selfish player with
Yes.
another arrogant, selfish player. On Iron Robin, I mean, we've gone way off the topic of Everton, but on Iron Robin, did you know that goal he scored against Dortmund in the Champions League final was his 25th shot in a Champions League final? He'd only played in two.
Wow. Uh, he likes to hog the ball. Uh, what's his finish rate like then?
What in
In
general? Or
in 25 shots, how many goals did he score?
one?
Ouch, that's complete rubbish. And he's one-footed as well.
Don't even get me started on him. He irritates me.
But anyway, what do you Everton fans think, and anyone else think, is Roberto Martinez right for the Everton job? Leave a comment, please.
I was half expecting you to expect a response from the screen. I'm just like,
But
I'm not an Everton fan. I'm sorry, I'm not. You're not going to get a response from me. Oh no.
we don't want a response from Tim because he's talked for long enough. So yeah, feel free to tweet us at Makindo16 and
Oh, and like our Facebook page. Hey, we've got a Facebook page.
I was hoping you would give your Twitter handle out, but never mind.
Oh yeah, my Twitter handout, handle, whatever you want to call it, at
Yes, that thing,
Bigboy92.
that thing.
It's also in the description.
Oh, good stuff, yes. And of course, we've got a Facebook page, as he said. Uh,
www.facebook.com/tape debate. At least I think that's what it is. Yep, that's right the
that'll
first
be.
time.
Oh, it's in the description. Look at that.
Yeah,
And
when in doubt, look at the description.
or just feel free to leave a comment, because yeah, it's just easy that way. And now, oh, look at the abuse on the page already. Oh dear. Never mind.
Indeed.
So let's move on to our next epic topic.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. I've been looking forward to this one. Oh, what is it?
Uh, does Tim look like Harry Styles?
Ouch!
No,
Ouch!
it's
That is ludicrous. That's ludicrously unfair.
no. That's for our entertainment debate next week. No,
Uh,
instead.
the hat's not my fault. I
Oh,
try.
the hat's not his fault, ladies and gentlemen. It's not his fault.
It is not my fault. Thank you. I'm glad you're seeing it my way.
Did your mother give it to you? Because then.
No, I bought it from. It it acts as an eye hat. If you look,
No.
it attaches, and I can listen to music. Because that's what I'm listening to at the moment. Because it's better than listening to you. Um,
Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. Yeah, people are logging off as we speak. So anyway, yeah, our next debate is
eagerly
about
wanting to find out what it is. So
yes.
do I, because I can't remember.
Oh, you're so good. So we were going to discuss about the good old San Antonio
Yes,
Spurs
yes,
and the Miami Heat. So tell the people what they may or may not have missed.
Right. Very, very exciting end to the fourth quarter in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
And there might even be a
Miami,
video clip.
yes, here's a clip.
Yes. Yes.
Clip, 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 clippity, clip, clippers.
See, wasn't that an epic clip? Wasn't that amazing?
It was.
It was. It was truly amazing, people. And if it didn't appear, then that's Tim's fault because he's editing this.
Yeah, we'll debate that.
What? That is your fault. We know it's
No,
your fault.
no, about the editing.
We know it's your fault, Tim. We know. Anyway, so right, it's a bit of a shock that the Spurs have managed to turn up to Miami and pick up the win.
Well, not to me because I predicted it. I mean, I always thought that the Spurs would take Game 1. I thought that Miami would win Game 2. I thought San Antonio would win 2 of the 3 games in San Antonio. Then the Miami Heat would win Game 6 to level the series to go into the epic Game 7 winner takes all in Miami for the San Antonio Spurs to win the NBA championship in Miami in Game 7. That's what I predicted. So the fact they won Game 1 wasn't a surprise to me, but I must confess it was very, very exciting.
Mm.
I mean, with 2 seconds left of the shot clock, with about 7 seconds to go, Tony Parker is on the floor. That's not cue for you to start singing again. And he gets.
I'm just starting to think what Jennifer Lopez or something. Dance the night away.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
And he gets up with 0.1 second of the shot clock left, gets a shot off, gets it in, because had he not done that, it would have been a turnover, 5.5 seconds left or whatever. The Miami Heat could just quickly go for a 3-pointer and actually win the game. So the fact that Tony Parker got that put the game out of sight. Having said that, for me, there is a bigger debate at foot here.
Yes.
And that is how well LeBron James played. Now,
See what?
LeBron James being the best player in the world, he got a triple-double, which is phenomenal by anyone's standard, 18 rebounds, which is just stupidly good, 10 assists, but his points production was not what I would expect a 4-time MVP, including this year's, I mean, he took 16 shots across the entire game. Took 16 shots. He's the MVP. He should be taking more than 16 shots. He should be attacking the basket, making him, and if he gets fouled, make him earn them at the line. He took 4 free throws in comparison to the 16 he took on Monday night against the Pacers. I mean, that is just poor.
But let's be fair to him. Now I will admit that I'm not the best at basketball here, but surely if you've got the best player in the world of basketball on the court with you, the manager will tell you to mark him like your life depended on it. Did he not put a couple defenders on
Yes, but
James?
that's what I'm saying. He did have 2 big
So
6'11", 7-foot defenders on him, but
if he couldn't,
Tim Duncan and Thiago Splitter. But that is why he needs to be getting into positions where he gets shots off, and if he needs to earn them at the line. If he gets into those positions where he shoots, then he gets to earn them at the line. Because he gets fouled on the way up, and he earns them at the line. He took
but
4 free throws as opposed to 16 on Monday. I mean, that spoke volumes to me.
but surely if you've got 2 men marking you, that means they're not marking somebody else.
Yeah, Chris Bosh, who took more, I think he took about 8 shots in the fourth quarter of Thursday night, was shooting at 20%. He £110 million a year or a £110 million contract, $110 million contract, sorry, and shooting at 20%. I mean, that is just terrible. I mean, Miami, when they brought in LeBron James, they also brought in Chris Bosh to be the big three with Dwayne Wade. To be honest, throughout the entire playoffs, it's been the big one, and that's been LeBron James.
But you cannot seriously win a champion. You cannot seriously expect to win a championship with one player. Tottenham being case in point. They wanted Champions League football. They relied on one player. They didn't get it. So surely you can't rely on LeBron James to win you everything.
No, but that's why you've got Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, who's the highest three-point shooter of all time,
But
Mario Chalmers, Udonis Haslem. They've got a great squad, but LeBron James is the driving force behind that squad. And
yeah,
the fact is that he got 10 assists last night, so he's getting the others involved in the game. But at the end of the day, it comes a point where he's got to see Chris Bosh shooting at 20% in the fourth quarter and just say, right, this is my town, this is my ball game, I'm taking it over, and get the job done. He needs to attack the basket. I mean, Dwayne Wade had Manu Ginobili on him, good defender, took 2 shots, missed both. Poor Chris Bosh hold on.
yeah, this is great entertainment for the viewers. They're sat there thinking, I thought they knew what they were talking about. Now I'm not so sure. My faith in them is shaken. But what I gleaned from you was that the Miami Heat management took a rather Sir Alex approach to excuses. Rather than stand up and say, yeah, we were rubbish, they said, oh, we're tired. Oh, it's
Yeah.
fatigue. But they had the good fortune to. I'm sure you said they managed to sweep
Milwaukee Bucks.
the Milwaukee Bucks in
The first round.
in 4
And then
games.
one game, and then lost to the Chicago Bulls in game 1 of the second round, and we were rusty, we needed more game time. So it's a bit of a lose-lose situation. Well, they did because they lost both times. Hey.
Ba-dum-bum.
But back to what I was saying, it gets to a point where you realise that, you've got the best player in the world on your side, and he needs to be taking more than 16 shots.
No, but to be fair, I think it's on the team. You can't blame LeBron James. I think he's gonna have bad games. As a team, if you see that your star man is having a bad day, rather than think, oh no, our star man is having a bad day, what are we gonna do? Somebody out there needs to step up and say, okay, LeBron James usually gets us through these things. We tonight are gonna step up and get him through this and go out and
But
win
the
this
thing is,
game.
he wasn't having a bad game by most people's standards.
But by his standards.
By his standards, like I say, he got triple double. Even by his standards, that's pretty good. But the fact is, he got 18 points. That, for me, is in terms of what LeBron James represents to the city of Miami. He needs to be getting more. You've got to be looking at the rest of the team and whatever. I'm sorry, but they're not getting as paid as much as LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
No, but they're in the flipping finals of a major tournament. I know it's basketball, but it's still a major tournament.
That's just wrong. They're just not as good. Okay, Ray Allen's the highest.
That's no excuse. There's no.
Ray Allen, highest 3-point shooter ever. Beats 36. Chris Anderson, he had a bit of a rough game by his standards. He shot 3 from 5, which is still pretty good. But considering we were talking last week about his 100% record, or near 100% record, I'm shooting like 86% from the field. He shot at 3 from 5. Mario Chalmers shot 3 from 10. Udonis Haslem took 1 shot throughout the entire match.
But you're playing for the Miami Heat, therefore. Let's be honest. What they're the Man United of the basketball world. So let's be honest. They're some of the top names in basketball. So surely you should be at the stage where you go out and back yourself to win a game without being babysat by LeBron James. Surely you take it as a personal insult when somebody says, "Oh, LeBron James won them the game. LeBron James is king. LeBron." I'd be sort of going, "Wait a minute, wait a minute. We helped out as well. We were there.
Yes,
Wouldn't you?
yes, yes,
Wouldn't
yes,
you?
yes, yes.
Wouldn't
But
you go out there and say, you know, we are going to go out there and take the game. We are going to be the heroes of the day. We don't need LeBron James to babysit us because we are capable of getting the job done,
yeah, but
taking
they're
care
not.
of business."
They're not. Dwayne Wade, who is still probably one of the best players in the world, has got a bruised knee, had it all throughout the playoffs. He's not looked himself. Chris Bosh, don't know what's up with him. I think he's got sore ankles, but I mean, what I'm saying is I don't know why he's shooting as badly as he has done. I mean, throughout the game, he shot 6 from 16. It's pretty good, but not $110 million a year. Or, throughout, I think, a 4-year contract or whatever. Um, you know, but at the end of the day, LeBron James has got to take the game by the scruff of the neck and just deliver it.
He can't do that every game. You cannot expect LeBron James to do that in 7 games out of 7.
No, but
But then
at
you
the end of the
automatically,
day,
say, so you're telling me, you're telling the viewers at home that if LeBron James has 4 poor games by his standard, not poor games, but 4 okay games by his standards, then
the Heat lose, yeah.
the Heat lose. No, you cannot work like that.
No,
You've
no, no,
got
no. But that's. I'm
if you
telling
were,
you, if LeBron doesn't take control of tomorrow night's game, then the Heat are in real trouble because that'd be their 2 games at home lost.
I personally think it's on the team. I think if he's that good and he's
But he's
usually
the
that
star
consistent.
player. He's the one that.
So what? This is the pressure that lead. All right, let's take Wayne Rooney for let's take Wayne Rooney for a split second.
No, no,
Now,
no, no, no. Let's not take
everyone
Wayne.
said,
Let's not take Wayne.
everyone said, everyone said, "Oh, what a great player he is! What a great, he's the star, he's the man, he's the man." So what do we do as England? We take an injured player twice, suspended and injured player, and then we expect him to do something, but he's injured. Rather than say, the team needs to step up in his absence, we just expect him to turn it on. This
You
is
know?
what you're doing. This is what you're doing for LeBron James.
No, what I'm doing is trying because I mean everyone wants to include him in the conversation with Michael Jordan as is LeBron as good as Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan never let a championship game go to 7 games. He always won it in less
Hmm.
because he took control and he won it. Not the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan won it.
It's a team game.
Michael
Basketball
Jordan.
is a team sport.
Yes, but without Michael Jordan, they wouldn't. They made it to the playoffs in the year between his retirement and the year he returned, but they weren't. They were not the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan was that team. He was. It was a one-man team, and it's the same here. I'm holding LeBron James to that high level where he needs to get it done. He needs to deliver, and he needs to just. No, no, no. You're holding it in terms of football standards. I'm holding it to basketball standards.
To me, they're similar things, really.
No,
They're
they're not.
similar.
They're not. They're totally different because in football, yes, you're right. I mean, even with football, without Ricky Lambert, where would Saints be? League One, probably.
But no, all right, okay. Let's leave it. Let's leave it to the people that really matter, shall we? The viewer. So, yeah, what do you guys think about this? Well, if you're a basketball fan, particularly, is it about the team or is it about LeBron James?
I mean, all I'm saying, as I said, I don't think LeBron James had a bad game, but he could have won it.
Do you agree with me or Harry Styles over there?
I do this. I look nothing like Harry Styles. Look, no Harry Styles. Although I don't know why I did that, considering it probably won't be filmed.
So that was for no good reason at all, other than you could. Well, there you go. Well
This
done.
is not a hat that resembles that non-entity.
Wait a minute, they can't see it. They can't see it. So yeah, it resembles Harry Styles. Yep, yep. But except he doesn't have the good looks. or the charm of Tim?
What can I say? Um,
Ba-dum bum. I'm here all week.
yeah, I just sort of ignore you.
What? I gave you a compliment. I gave you a compliment.
A very backhanded one, I believe.
I just took a shot at Harry Styles instead.
Ah, well, that's all right then.
You didn't get my joke. You're killing it. You're killing it, Tim.
Yeah, I probably am.
Yeah. It's really painful. You're just gonna have to edit it out.
Yeah. Well, you will.
No, you will.
Hey, I'm at Bon Jovi tomorrow.
Why? I'll tell you what. I'll trade you. I'll go to Bon Jovi. Cause
Shows how unenthusiastic I am.
you're really enraptured by the whole prospect of going to Bon Jovi. You love it that much.
Surely, though, by your own argument, if this is a team effort, why should I
Mm.
why should I be doing a Wayne Rooney, LeBron James having to take control of it and do all the editing and put it up online and create Facebook pages and whatever, while you're just out there just going, oh yeah, maybe no.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I
So
argued
you're
with your
free to do the
point.
editing.
I argued with the point.
So you'll do the editing. Excellent. Thanks for volunteering.
I didn't say that. I said I argued with your point.
You got to take control. You got to take some of the burden off me. Share
No, not according
share the culpability.
not according to your logic. According to your logic, the star man, the
Thank
star
you.
man in this
I am the
instance.
star of the show.
Star,
ladies and
yeah. There you go. There you go. You're the star man of the show. You've got to take control. You've got to own it, and you got to get us through this, Tim. You've got to get us through this.
Well, as much as I'm sure the viewer at home is enriched by this
Live argument
discussion,
about editing, which won't make the cut.
yeah. What is our final debate?
Okay, so for the final debate, we're going to talk Rafa Nadal versus David Ferrer, or David Ferrer. Yes, that's who wins for your money. I would agree with you on. I would say that
End of debate.
I would agree with you overall, but I do think it's going to be very close. Because if anyone's going to beat Nadal on clay, it's going to be Ferrer. He's the most successful player after Nadal on clay, and I think he's the most successful player in terms of winning tournaments this year, having won something like 7 tournaments, although admittedly not Grand Slams.
So what have you got down for this one?
I think that Rafa Nadal will take it in a full sets game.
Well, full sets.
So I think it will go the distance.
I'm going Nadal in 4 sets.
I think based on his career statistics, he likes this surface, so it will be a
yeah, but so
hard.
does Nadal, and I think Nadal has the experience. I mean, the only question mark I have with it is whether his knee will hold up.
But bear in mind that David Ferrer is number 2 against Spain in Spain, and he is.
Yeah, and who's number 1?
Nadal. But if he's still feeling his knee, that is not good. And I have not heard.
No, but he's managed to get this far. If he managed to, sustain a 5-set thriller with Novak Djokovic on Friday, I imagine his knee's in pretty good nick. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not, well, guilty.
He's just the star. He's just the star of the show, folks. He's just the star of the show, and he's going to take control. He's going to do it like LeBron James.
I know how to take control of a show, unlike LeBron James, who did not take control of the show and who totally just let the show be run by Tony Parker of the San Antonio Spurs. But we're on to tennis now, aren't we?
We are. But anyway, in short, Rafa Nadal to win in a full sets game in 5 sets. Rafa Nadal to win.
So you think Nadal's back on form?
I think eventually experience will tell. I think that it will be a hard game, but eventually the fact that he has won Grand Slams and he does have experience of winning.
But you think he's back on full Nadal mode, i.e. you think he's back to where he was before the knee injury? Do you think he'll be
Mm,
able to challenge for Wimbledon, for instance? Do you think he'll be able to challenge for, all the other Grand Slams? Because I mean, we were talking on Thursday about Roger Federer. We
of
don't
course,
think he's
of course, not Rafa Benitez, yes,
in the final of the French Open. Who knew?
yes.
Who knew? Chelsea fans still wouldn't like him.
No, they wouldn't, would they? Rafa Nadal, of
We
course, he's
still
going to.
haven't forgiven you for losing Wimbledon.
Oh no, Rafa Nadal will be challenging for Wimbledon, although he probably won't win it. It
We
would
got
be.
down for Wimbledon.
Who have I got down? I haven't really given that much thought just yet. We've got to get through these tournaments first. We've got to get through Queens first.
Yeah, but no one cares about Queens. Um,
It's the warm-up event. You know,
would
people.
you back? Do you think this could be Murray's year of winning Wimbledon? Do you think it'll
Uh,
be another couple of years, or do you think he missed his chance with losing to Federer last year?
he missed out. Definitely missed his chance. Missed out on his chance, but I don't think it's his last chance. I'm
I
gonna
mean, do
go.
you think it's
I
a bad time
I
for
don't
him with
think I.
with Nadal coming back strong, and obviously Federer will be out for revenge for losing, the getting knocked out of the French Open, so he'll be hungry for it. Plus, looking
I
for
don't
revenge
think.
on Murray for the
I'm.
Olympics at Wimbledon.
I'm gonna say it now. I think I'm gonna go Roger Federer to win Wimbledon. I'm gonna say it right now.
And do you think he'll retire afterwards?
No, no. I think he probably should, but he won't.
That's what I think.
Because let me go through why I think. Because for one thing, uh, Rafa Nadal injured. If he does go 5 sets in France, that would be a nice title for him. But he's injured anyway. Murray, he's injured his back, not at full fitness. And
What
then you've
about
got Roger
Djokovic?
Federer. True, true. But I'm still gonna back Roger Federer because come on, it's Roger Federer. He's a legend.
Yeah, but that doesn't equally negate equally equal success.
It kind of does because to be a legend, you've got to have had success.
Yeah, well, it doesn't equally equal success this year at Wimbledon.
No, but you know as well as I do that Roger Federer has still got it.
Yeah, I will agree with that. But I don't think
There you
I
go.
think the window of opportunity for Federer is closing. I think if he loses Wimbledon or doesn't get past the quarterfinals, then I think it might be time that he either that he call it a day or that people just begin to think that maybe he has won his last championship.
It's funny that you say that because people at home are beginning to think that we should call it a day. So
With
let's
jokes
go.
like that, I totally agree.
Yeah, so let's get straight to our quick fire round, shall we?
Ah, someone call my agent.
Five word answers if you please.
I say that just going by just like by doing that.
Doing what?
I trying to work out what I'm going to say and then taking ages to say it by going sort of kind of should have yeah sort of yeah. That's 5 words in itself.
Oh dear, then this is going to be a fun debate.
It
Here
is.
we go. First one, please.
Right. We have reached the halfway stage of the qualifying for the World Cup next year. In fact, probably over halfway. Who do you think is looking good in terms of potential dark horses?
Dark horses. Someone from Africa
Right.
will do it.
Will win the World Cup.
Will go far. We'll go with that.
So, so,
Someone from Africa will
so
go
that
far.
so that really hasn't answered the question. I'm saying which country is your dark horse? You can't just have Africa. That's a continent.
Oh no, I know that. I was hoping you wouldn't kind of call me on it.
Well, I have done. Deal with it.
Oh come on, Ghana.
Right, you're back in Ghana.
I'm gonna back Ghana, the Black Stars. Yes.
I'm going Belgium. Belgium will get to the quarterfinals before probably being knocked out by Spain. But I think they'll get to the quarterfinals because I think they've got a really strong squad.
Okay, good, fine. And I'm as you've given that exposition, I'm going to say um, that an African nation is getting closer and closer and closer to actually achieving, you know, something like a final. So why shouldn't why shouldn't they go further this year? Why not even get into a final? And
Because
maybe
because the time for that to happen was when it was in South Africa.
we've put that. No, but
It will be in South America,
if
therefore I think your better bet would be talking about South American countries, Colombia, Paraguay, Uruguay. I mean, Uruguay always do well in these
if
tournaments.
you've got if you've
Chile.
if you've got talent in an international side, you've got talent in an international side. It shouldn't really matter where you play too much.
Well, it does because they're more acclimatized to the climate,
No, but you've got time to get used to the climate
and yet we never seem to.
because we suck.
Thank you for that astute analysis. Um, I just think that Belgium will get further than Ghana.
And we will see. Next
No, we will
question, please.
continue to debate this actually, because
No, no, this
I've
is
been
the
looking
quick
forward to
fire.
this
This
because I
is
know how much you disagree with me, and it
this is the
amuses me.
quick. This is the quick fire round.
Yeah, which normally lasts about 5-6 minutes.
This is quick fire when people want to go home. Right, next
They
question.
are home. They're just waiting for more.
People don't. People don't care. People want to go and watch that Justin Bieber video. Seriously.
You cracked that joke last time. Get some
I
new
did.
material,
I did.
and I think I cut it out. So.
It's new material, people. Right. That's the way. I just have to keep making comments that you don't like. So then you have to do the editing because if you don't do the editing, they will appear on the video, me slating you and me making
You have to do said editing because
no,
I'm at Bon Jovi.
which you just kind of don't want to be at, really.
Not massively, but I'll dabble.
Why did you get tickets for something you don't want to be at?
Because Bon Jovi realised that they realise that they aren't necessarily going to sell out full price, so they had to reduce tickets dramatically to £7.
Oh, but no, no, you cannot. That's for another debate. Oh, that's for Steve, just
You're
no.
so editing this because I don't want to listen to your voice again.
Anyway, moving on to the ICC Champions Trophy.
Yes.
Yes,
Do you think England have got a chance of winning it?
no. Well,
Excellent.
I
End of debate. Moving on.
I I should qualify that. If they play like they did today, no. If they improve with their batting lineup, yes. Because they've got to get past the likes of India and Pakistan better than them, so they won't win.
I agree.
It's good that you agree. It's good that we have come to some sort of agreement on
And it
this.
had nothing to do
Um,
with the fact I have no idea what you're talking about.
no, it doesn't at all. No, it's just that today, I mean, England's batting attack, they started strongly. They started strongly, and then Australia were just allowed to kind of bowl at them and tie them down today. And they really, I think they scored something like 13 fours, uh, which you need more than that, and very, very few sixes, if any. I think they may have scored one.
Well, they need their batters, their star batter to, take control and
Take
get.
control. Take control, yes. Which you're not doing. Which you're not doing. But anyway. No, and then the only reason I think what they did well was the bowling attack saved the day something chronic. Alistair Cook, the England captain, led from the field, basically made
So
some
he
great
stepped up and got it done.
yes, made some great stops in the field. People like James Anderson, Treadwell, Stuart Broad turned up and got early wickets and basically suffocated Australia out of the game. But before we start saying Australia, you know, what a great side they were, uh, arch rivals, of course, if we can beat the arch rivals, we can go on and win this thing. Australia are a spent force. They are not what they once were. You know, we're well past the days of Shane Warne, McGrath, blah blah blah. I, they're not a poor side, but they're not a great side either. So let's not read too much into this. That's my rant over. That's my
I
you know,
would I
summation.
would agree.
You would agree. Yes, he sounds so convincing, people.
Yeah,
He sounds
I would agree because I mean I probably know less about cricket than you do about basketball and football actually. Um, Considering your opinions on football so mad.
no, they're
Um,
not bad. They're not mad. You agree with me on most of them.
um, Moving on. Back to your cricket
Yes, yes,
point.
yes, that point.
Um,
Yeah.
my understanding is that obviously, like you say, Warne's retired. Australia do, aren't really a world force anymore. England are a good, solid team, but nothing. I
Keep
mean,
in mind,
we're like the cricketing version of Everton.
no, we're not. No, 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 Tim. We are one of the best teams in the world.
Yes, but that's only because about 6 teams play it.
No, Tim. No, Tim. I think
That's
about.
no, that's a good point.
Uh,
There are very few teams that actually play cricket.
oh, come on. You can't use that one. There are,
Yeah, you can.
no, you
England,
can't.
Australia, West Indies, Pakistan, India, and even then I'm struggling to name any others.
Bangladesh.
So Bangladesh.
No, 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 but there are more than that.
Yes, how many?
I think there are about 9 or 10 that play Test cricket, and there are several that play one-day stuff. But this tournament is more about the top sides. New Zealand.
So basically, I'm right
No.
when
But
I
anyway,
compared
this.
us to
But
the
anyway,
cricketing version of Everton,
Tim,
i.e., one of the best teams in England, but just not quite there with the elite.
we are with the elite. We were top of the one-day scene and the Test cricket. Except right now we've been a bit off form and we've
Yeah,
not.
that's what I'm talking about right now.
I'm thinking that India and Pakistan will probably be too strong for us in the one-day form. Oh yes, South Africa as well. By the way,
Excellent, we've got another country.
Sri
What
Lanka.
about the West Indies and Sri Lanka?
Um, I haven't actually seen Sri Lanka, but I listened to a little bit of the West Indies. They had a small total to chase down, and they almost blew it. So, not. But anyway, so
Moving on from cricket because
how to
it
make a
bores
short
me.
answer long?
It bores me to even think about it. To be quite honest with you, I'm still annoyed that Belgium aren't being mentioned.
No chance.
And basically, as a point of clarification, I compare everyone to Everton.
Oh yes, yes.
Dortmund are the German equivalent of Everton.
Moving swiftly on. Stop trying to dig yourself out of a hole.
Thank you. What was our last topic? It was.
I'm tired and I want my bed. That was the last topic. No,
There was
what?
one more.
Oh, it's basketball again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! More basketball forbiddens.
It was. If you want to tell the people about your favourite manager who got sacked.
He's not my favourite manager. But George Karl of the Denver Nuggets was sacked this week. Despite being named Coach of the Year, having the best home record in the NBA, including the Miami Heat, both East and West, best home record, and has led them to their last 9 playoffs, and he got sacked.
You see, now I would. What you didn't really mention was that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
reason.
On the face of it, when I first read that, I was outraged. I mean, I thought that would be the equivalent of sacking, Nigel Adkins. I was outraged on the behalf of the nugget eating folks of Denver. Um, but when you look a bit closer, you realise that yes, he's made the last 9 playoffs, but got bounced 8 times out of the first round.
Mm,
if you want a progressive club with ambition, you probably want more than that. And incidentally, I was reading a statistic earlier this week that only 7 teams have ever got a better than 75% winning ratio over the last 40 regular season games and got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. George Karl managed 3 of those teams.
Oh dear.
This guy can't cope with the playoffs.
I would agree. He seems to choke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like making the step up from the Championship to the Premier League. He just can't cope with it.
Neil Warnock then.
You're so flattering, really.
To an extent though, or Mick McCarthy, the manager that always gets them promoted, but then when they're there, they go straight back down.
So it seems that we both agree that they were right to sack him.
But can you sack the manager of the coach of the year?
Yes, you can, because you've seen him fail. You have seen him fail. What was it now? 6 times before, and then he's failed you again.
The 8 of the last 9 times he's made the playoffs, he's been bumped in the first round.
So right there and then you've kind of gone, okay, how many more times can we put up with this? He is the Arsene Wenger of the basketball world.
No, that's Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich is the Arsene Wenger of the basketball world.
And this plucky club have had the bravery to sack him.
But is it a case of having delusions of grandeur?
No, because you've actually made the play. You've made the play. You're there. You have a chance.
They finished 3rd in the East, and then got knocked out to the Golden State Warriors, who I actually thought were a bit rubbish until the playoffs, and then I watched them, and they're a damn good team. They're a damn good team. I will hold my hands up and fully admit I underestimated them, because on NBA 2K13 I started a career. I was first with the Memphis Grizzlies thing. I asked for a trade because I got bored of being a Memphis Grizzly. I asked to go to, even LA, Miami, Boston, or New York. They traded me to Golden State. I signed on the 6th of January, and by the 21st of January, I'd requested a trade out of there, because I couldn't be bothered just to play alongside, a load of non-entities. And then actually realised that they were actually quite good. But I got traded to Boston Celtics and won a championship, so don't worry if you thought I was fine. But the point is, the Golden State, there's nothing to be ashamed at getting knocked out by Golden State.
We've made it, people. We have made it to the end of this fine broadcast. We have. 3 hours later, Tim was still talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready for round 2. I'm ready for round 2.
So our thanks to you, the editor, Tim, and to the yep, and to the exactly.
Just send your checks.
And yes, and thank you to the audience for putting up with this for the last hour. You've done well.
And counting the last hour. But we should release the deleted scenes. We could release a box set.
A box set. We will release a box set for you, the people. A box set.
Yes, a box set of all the deleted scenes. Bonus features.
Yes.
Interviews with the star. Note that I said star, not stars.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was stars.
I'm talking about the listener who may not have captured my wit.
What wit? When you said capture the wit, it would imply that you had some to capture.
I know, but anyway, it's an implication that's quite fitting, because at the end of the day, I really don't even have the words to describe me.
So that is the end of tonight's show. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like this video if you can bring yourself to do it, and check us out on Facebook and Twitter. We very much appreciate your time. And see you in a couple days' time.
See you tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. Goodbye, people.